Here with Stu Pierpoint after today's loss to Leiston. Stu, what were your thoughts on the game today?
I think it's a game of frustrations. I think certainly a game of two halves to a certain degree. I thought first half we were lacklustre, lacked quality on the ball, lacked a bit of intensity, and there was very little quality shown by either side first half. Obviously we go a goal down through a poor decision. Once you get wrong side, you can't make a tackle. And then I just think we struggled. We didn't play last week and it looked like it, to be honest. We asked for a reaction then at half time. There was a few words spoken, and I thought for half an hour I thought the lads were really good. I thought the reaction was good. I thought we were good for half an hour. We get the goal, we should have gone ahead, and I think if we go ahead then at that point we then go and win the game comfortably. But it's a game about margins. If you don't take your chances, you're vulnerable, and yeah, we've been suckered. And yeah, I think in the last 10 minutes we pressed, but without any sort of feeling that we were going to score. Really, it was just a bit hopeful in the end. And we get beat.
You mentioned it there, the penalty early on to see us 1-0 down. How did that sort of change how we approached the rest of the match following that?
Well, you always want to start the game in a positive fashion. It's important. They've got beat in the week. They've travelled a long way. They've lost the last couple of games, and it was important that we started on the front foot. And once you go a goal down, we know of their threats. We've done our homework. Ross Crane's a good player, and once he gets you one-on-one, he's a problem. But it rocks you back, because then they can sit men behind the ball. They then can frustrate the game. They can slow things down. The tempo doesn't need to be high for them, and it worked. And it worked for them. So we need a tempo where it's higher. We need that intensity. We need that desire. We need people playing on the front foot. We need to get high up the pitch, and we need to get our attacking players in the game. And unfortunately, first half we didn't do that. Second half we did, and there was only one winner. I think everybody here could see there was only one winner in the second half. And like I say, when you don't take your chances, but I think that's the story of our season, and then conceding poor goals.
And Leiston's two winning goals come in very late in the game, last 10 minutes or so. What was it specifically about us that maybe dropped off or was missing that meant they could go and grab them goals?
I think you need to be concentrated at all times. We speak a lot about teams that are vulnerable when they're on their own attack, because teams can counter, and it might be a lack of concentration. It might just be a switching off. It might just be a ball that ricochets one way or the other. And at all times you need to stay invested in the game, because a little moment, whether it's a deflection or somebody gets a strike off, that can be the difference. And the kids struck it well. We're going to have to watch it back to see how we can impact that more. But the goals are definitely avoidable, and I think that sums up our season. Teams don't score a good goal against us, and it's something that we have to look at and we have to address. And that's not a shape thing. That's not a technical and tactical thing. I think that's just a concentration or a communication thing.
And Long Eaton coming up next week. Obviously a team that we played a lot already this season. How will you take sort of what we've found out about them in those games previously into this one?
Well, I hope we can take the 30 minutes of the first 30 minutes of the second half into that. By playing on the front foot and playing with an urgency and a desire, because we're going to need that. They've conceded very late today against Needham. Long Eaton have got nothing to lose, and when you're backed into a corner and you've got nothing to lose, you're dangerous. And we need to go there with the right approach, because we need to get some points on the board, and we'll approach it in the right way, as we always do. We'll work hard in the week, and then and go to win the game. So there's enough to ponder this week, of course, and we'll dissect and analyse everything, as we always do. You can overthink things, of course, in times where you don't win games, but losing games at this football club is not good enough and is not acceptable. We'll look to go there next week and certainly put things right.
Thank you for your time, Stu.
You're welcome.